Hey 7th graders, so if you are watching this video, you are working on this lab from home, so you are either an A or B cohort who's absent today, or you guys are my DLI kiddos. So what we're doing in class today is using different methods to estimate the size of a population, because obviously as scientists it's hard to go out and count every bug or bird or whatever the case in an ecosystem. It's near impossible. So we have a couple different methods, and the method that you're going to be collecting data for today is called the mark and recapture method. So basically we have a big population of some organism. We go out and we catch some of those organisms and we mark them. And in real life we'd use things like collars or microchips or something along that line. We would release those organisms back into the wild, and then we would go out and catch some more. And maybe we do it with a trap, maybe we do it one by one with like tranquilizer darts, however, whatever size of the animal, however is best to catch them. And then of those organisms that we catch, we see how many of those have the collar on or have the microchip that we mark them with. Okay, in the case of this lab, we're going to be using little yellow tokens. Okay, it's a lot more time saver to use tokens rather than real animals. So what I've done is I've caught 10 tokens for you, or 10 animals, and I've already marked them. So these are what the marks look like. They're just little Sharpie marks. What I'm going to do is I have the whole population in here, and I took these 10 tokens out of this bag. Okay, I'm going to take those 10 marked tokens, I'm going to put them back in the bag, and then I'm going to go through 10 trials of pulling out a little scoop of tokens, and we're going to count how many total you have, and how out of that total, how many have a mark already on them. How many of them were one of those 10 that we originally marked. Okay, and then we're going to use those 10 trials to see, use an estimate and calculate what we think our population size would be, and then you guys will be able to use that to compare the actual size to your guys' estimate to see how accurate you are. Okay, so again, we're going to do 10 trials. You guys are recording this data in your data table in your presentation, and then you guys will go on to do your calculations and your questions. Okay, so trial number 1, I'm going to go in with my scooper. I'm not going to look because I don't want to see how many there are. I'm going to take out a little scoop. I'm going to spread them out, and I've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So total, I caught 10 individuals out of that population. So you guys would record 10 right next to trial 1 on that first column. And then in the next column under trial 1, you guys would record 2 because 2 of them were marked. Okay, so that was trial 1, 10 total caught, 2 of which were marked. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and return those organisms to the bag. Shake them up, let them run free. I'm going to go, this is going to be trial 2, so I grabbed a scoop. Looks like I caught a lot more with that one. Okay, so we've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22. And of those 22, so this is trial 2, of those 22 total caught, 3 had marks on them. So record 22 in the first column next to trial 2, and 3 in the last column under trial 2. Okay, I'm going to return those 22 organisms back to the bag. We're going to move on to trial 3. Oops, I barely caught any that time. Slippery little boogers. So I've got 2, 4, 6, none of which have marks. So you guys would record 6 and 0 under trial 3. Okay. All right, moving on. Trial 4. Ooh, I got a lot that time. Okay, must have been a busy day. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 31. So of those 31 organisms, it looks like we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 caught. So 6 and 31 for trial 4. Okay, those 31 organisms are going back in the bag. Oops, I dropped one. Poor little guy. Okay, trial 5. Ooh, I got another big scoop that time. Okay, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 25. So 25 organisms caught, 2 of which have marks. So that is trial 5, 25 and 2. Okay, back into the wild. On to trial 6. Looks like none of these have marks on them, but I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 19. So 19 total caught for trial 6, 0 of which had marks. Okay, putting those back. Moving on to trial 7. Oops, small on that one. So I caught 2, 4, 5, none of which had marks. So that's trial 7. Those 5 are going back in. Trial 8. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20 on the money, and 1 of which had marks on it. So 20 and 1 for trial, 20 and 1 for trial 8. 2 more trials left. Trial 9, I caught 4, 1 of which had marks. So that was trial 9, 4 with 1 with a mark. And last but not least, trial 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. So 16 total on the last trial, trial 10, 2 of which had marks. So go ahead, make sure all that data is in your guys' data table, and then you guys may move on to your calculations. The video shows you guys how to do those, so press play on your guys' lesson video, and it'll continue to show you guys how to complete this lab. I hope you're having a great day.